Maybe we're just having too much fun.
Dying Light, Batman Arkham Knight, The Witcher 3. Yes, I could be making a list of the top games so far this year, but I am not. They are all AAA games and all open world. Last year we had games like Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed, Shadow of Mordor, and Sunset Overdrive, which bring me to the point of this video. Why are a lot of AAA games recently open world? At E3, it seemed like every Ubisoft game that is in development or was announced is open world. Assassin's Creed, of course, Ghost Recon, and The Division all look incredible, but they are all open world. So why am I complaining, you ask? Not really complaining, but just making an observation on how AAA games work these days. It is no secret that publishers for years have been trying to come up with ways to keep the games in the gamers' hands. A lot of people buy a game, beat it, and then sell it to their local game store for quick cash. And then that local game store turns around and sells it $5 cheaper than the new price game. Publishers want to make money on their games after they have hit the market, and no one can blame them. Games aren't cheap to make. We all remember the $10 code to play multiplayer if the game was used. That didn't go too well, and publishers don't really do that anymore. Then came the Season Pass, which I believe has worked to an extent, but publishers have started to get greedy with the prices. I mean, come on. Batman Arkham Knight's Season Pass costs $40. That is disgustingly gross. When the Season Pass is almost as much as the game with half the content, then there is a problem. Now, it seems like most AAA games are open world, which is great for the gamer because you're getting more bang for your buck. CD Projekt Red has claimed that The Witcher 3 has over 200 hours of content, which playing it right now, I could see why they would claim that. It's freaking huge. With more DLC down the road and free DLC as well, which is great, but come on, I mean, I'm actually kind of getting sick of it. Yeah, I know I don't have to buy or even play these games, but I'm a gamer and I love games. That being said, I do miss AAA games like Halo or action games that are more or less contain battles and combat that has 10-hour campaigns and possibly multiplayer, or at least high replay value. I just recently finished Child of Light, and that game was incredible. I also beat it in 11 hours, which was perfect for me. I miss the days of shorter games, but we're not in that world anymore. At least it doesn't look like it for AAA games. Indie games and downloadable games seem to be scratching that itch for me. Now, there are plenty of AAA games that aren't open world, but more and more games that get announced seem to be going down that road. Which, like I said before, is great, and great for the consumer's wallet. I'm just worried that I will get burnt out very quickly. I'm tired of Ubisoft's climb the tower to unlock the map approach to games, and even in The Witcher, I'm getting a little burnt out, and I'm not even close to being done yet. I mean, look at Batman Arkham Asylum, arguably one of the greatest games of the last generation and one of the best, if not the best, comic book games of all time. But as the series grew, the map and the ambition kept getting bigger and bigger, which in my opinion brought down the game a lot. They tried to do too many things and couldn't retain the first initial success of the first game. It was perfect. Yes, the island was in a way open world, but it wasn't too huge, and the Zelda-like approach to weapons and how they unlock new areas of the map were amazing. Bigger does not necessarily mean better. Maybe as I'm getting older, my tastes have changed, or I just don't have the time to sit down and play 60-hour games anymore. But either way, AAA games aren't going anywhere. I just hope they eventually do not turn into open world games.